Hey guys, so this is part 2 of the previous video that I recently made about the Jacky character and her scripted fake death, along with the DC Youngfly character and the Azealia Banks character. Make sure you guys go check that video out if you have not seen that video yet, because you will be completely lost watching this video if you have not watched that video yet. So in this video, I will be going over more scripting and more numerology and gematria involved in this character's death, and how it's connected to all of these events that are taking place at this moment and recently. Things that I'm about to present are not the only things that are connected to our death. This is just a few things, and it's to really give you guys an idea of how encoded every event they do is to everything that's going on right now on the world stage and that's going on in real life, like with the weather and with what's going on in New York and all the other crazy stuff, which we're going to get into later into this video to show you guys that that's scripted. As we know, she supposedly died in Miami. Okay, so this is very important to remember. She died in Miami. Okay, Duke Dennis posted a video, and the video was titled 48 hours in Miami. If you know gematria, you already know the number 48 is associated with death term. Homicide equals 48 in a reduction cipher. This title says 48 hours in Miami. And by the way, this was posted on the same day that she died, which I'll show you guys because there's more connections when I show you guys that. Midnight equals 48. The reason why midnight equals 48 is because every article is saying that she died shortly before midnight. Anytime when there's an event, whether it's a fake death, or arrest, whatever, some catastrophe, whatever it is, the key words used in most of the news articles, there's usually a keyword that all of the news outlets are using. The keyword is most likely connected to the entire event with a certain number or multiple certain numbers. One of the keywords with this character, Jacky O's death, is midnight, and midnight equals 48. Okay, and he just so happens to put 48 hours in Miami, and 48 equals midnight, and it equals homicide, which is a death term. And we see right here with this article, this is just one of many, and it says shortly before midnight. And please go check out my last video. I broke that whole thing down, that shortly before midnight thing. And here's another article that said it. Witchcraft and sorceries equals 48. Anytime they do this type of ritual, which is them sacrificing a fake character, and I use the word sacrificing because they sacrifice their fake characters on the world stage to gain energy. That does not mean that the actual evil deity inside of the Jacky O character is actually affected by this in a negative way. It's actually gaining energy from this. It did this purposely, and they've been scripted this out most likely millions of years ago. Okay, so this has been scripted out for so long, and no one's a victim in this situation besides the people who fall victim to believing that it is real and crying over it. It is scripted, it is purposely done, it is an energy harvest. Blood ritual is 48. He posted this on May 31st. She died on May 31st. They use all characters when it comes to scripting out some crazy event, whether they're a big or a small character. They do not care. But the reason why this Duke Dennis character is so heavily involved in this is because he comes from Future, and Future is heavily connected to this. Future is heavily connected to this because Future is also a Scorpio born in November, similar to the Jacky O character. And if you watch my previous video, the Jacky O character and her zodiac sign was heavily connected to her entire death. Okay, Scorpio played a huge role in all the gematria matches and the entire scripting of the death. He's born in 1983, and we know that murder equals 38 in gematria. This character is most likely going to be a death faker, or people around him is just going to continue to die per usual. They do this a lot. And a connection between Future and Jacky O is that Jacky O and DC Youngfly resided in Atlanta, and the Future character is from Atlanta. So we see that they're connected in multiple ways. And something else I would like to add, I purposely put these two pictures of the Future character covering his eyes. So we know that in Freemasonry they have the blindfold initiation, but this is also mocking individuals who are spiritually blind and who can't see through this stuff. All of their symbolism is mocking people who do not understand all of the sacred knowledge. They're mocking people who have spiritual blindness, who cannot see, who have a veil over their eyes and are completely blinded. And on the topic of 38, because this character is born in 1983, the Jacky O character, the time duration of her last YouTube video is 1038. If you guys know gematria, you already know that 38 is associated with the death term murder. Murder equals 38 in a reduction cipher. This is all in plain sight. It's all scripted. It's in everyone's face. And it is a choice for a person to choose to not see this and to choose to be sad about this stuff rather than finding the riddles and the scripting with it. Now there's another character at hand who is connected to this, which is Waka Flocka Flame. I know that sounds just random, but this is literally proof that everything that goes on in a moment is intertwined to these characters, and it's all connected, and that this stuff has been scripted a very long time. So before I break this down, I want you guys to see this picture of Waka Flocka Flame, and he looks like this guy that Duke Dennis is with in this video that he has called 48 Hours in Miami, which is completely scripted to the Jacky O character dying. So those two guys look alike in my opinion, so they could be the same. They recycle all these characters, none of them are new. So Waka Flocka Flame is heavily connected to this. He was born May 31st, 1989. Keep in mind the May 31st. The guy that's in the video with Duke Dennis on May 31st looks like Waka Flocka Flame, and that's not a coincidence. And Jacky O dies on Waka's birthday. It's not a coincidence. All this stuff is scripted for this ritual on May 31st to June 6th, and he's connected to it, okay? He's also connected to the Canadian wildfires, because he is from New York, and New York air quality was polluted, making the sky orange, Masonry 33. So he's completely connected to all of these events. I'll just read what I wrote right here. So it says Jacky O died on May 31st, and Waka Flocka Flame is born on that same exact day. During this fake death, there was a Canadian wildfire polluting the air of New York City, making the sky appear orange, Masonry 33. And the Waka character is born in New York and has Flame in his stage name, just so happened to be born on the same day that they killed the Jacky O character. This is all not coincidences. These are connections. This is heavily entwined. All of this stuff is connected. So another person connected to this is the Kanye West character. Kanye West has been trending lately because of his birthday party. His character was born on June 8th, and ironically, he just so happened to also be born in Atlanta, Georgia. DC Youngfly's birthplace is Atlanta, Georgia. They lived in Atlanta, Georgia. Kanye turned 46, all right? So that's a key number, 46. Jacky O's last Instagram post included the hashtag happiness, okay? And I talked about that in my last video. And I'm going to show you guys a funny video that I seen about that word, happiness, because they keep using that word a lot. And they did the complete opposite. They did a whole energy harvest and a ritual with this character's death instead of actually bringing people happiness. What are the chances that Kanye turns 46 in the midst of all this? So we see the Instagram caption says hashtag happiness. Happiness equals 46. Kanye turns 46. We also see that Instagram, Miss Jacky O, Evil Beans, So Above, So Below, Secret Society, all equal 46. And Instagram is connected to this because articles state that she's an Instagram star. Instagram alone equal 46. So it's all intertwined and it's all connected. Now, another character connected to all this is YNW Melly. And there's so many other characters connected to this, guys, but he's connected to this because he's from Florida, which I'll show you, and he is trending right now because of his murder case. Okay, so we see that a lot of these articles are out right now from a day ago, and this article right here I highlighted says homicide. We just talked about that, 48. that 48 in homicide. Duke Dennis posted that video, 48 hours in Miami, okay? We see they're using this number consistently, and it's all for this death. And his whole case is about killing people, okay? He's from Florida. She dies in Miami, Florida. He has a song called 223. It's the year 2023. This character is massively scripted into all of the events that happened this year because of the song that he has, 223, and normalizing that number, which is 322, and that's Skull and Bones. And then we see he has a song with Kanye. Kanye is connected to this with all the 46s because he just turned 46. Kanye and YNW Melly have a song together called Mixed Personalities, okay? And this is symbolism for multiple things. Symbolism for them having multiple characters, for them playing multiple different roles. And when they play these different roles, they act like different people. They have a different type of personality. Like, they'll have a calm character and a violent character. Thank you guys so much. This was a very short video, but I just want to share these crazy connections and may open people's minds to the fact that all of this stuff is completely scripted. Even the little tiny things that don't affect everybody. Like, for example, the New York thing. People in other states may seem not to care because they're not in New York, but they purposely scripted these things out, and it shows that even things like that, which is technically a big deal because they're obviously poisoning people, it doesn't make sense for a fire that occurred in Canada to affect the air quality of New York City, considering the distance. But they make up all type of excuses and try to dumb people down and control people's mental mind state. So thank you guys so much for watching. Just don't let none of this stuff bring you down. It's all scripted anyways. And their biggest weapon is fear, and they just want everyone to live in fear. And when I say that they want to feast on fear, and when I say that they want everybody to be blocked and unbalanced and out of alignment, to be operating in the lowest two chakras, they want that. The whole system is ran off that. So thank you guys so much.